Okay, so the name of this assignment is last name underscore short-term goals assignment. The way we should have saved it like that should have been going to File, then going into Save As, going into Browse, then going into this PC, then going into the U drive at the very bottom, then going into the iJourneys folder. Okay. Now, next what we're going to do is we're going to go to Google Chrome to the actual assignment. All right. So what we should do is we should highlight all of this in the assignment. All right. Pressing Control C to copy, Alt tabbing into the assignment, then pressing Control V to paste it. Next, it wants us to answer the questions below. So as it says, answers for the question should add up to 5 sentences minimum. After you finish the 3 questions, please list 3 goals and 3 action steps for each goal. Please include at least one career or academic goal. Finally, after recording goals and your action plan, run each goal through the interactive SMART goal checker. This can be found in the module. So it says, think about some academic struggles that you have and brainstorm what kinds of goals you can set to start to help that struggle. All right. So there are obviously multiple goals that we can each think of. Even folks who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and even 50s still have struggles that they face academically speaking. And of course, the word academic simply relates to school. All right. So we can start by going here, academic struggles, all right? Being proactive instead of reactive, okay? And sometimes we run into quote writer's block or a creative block. And what this can mean is that we simply, we're trying to be creative and we just can't brainstorm anymore. Maybe we've had a long day, maybe we've already done a ton of assignments, but that can be one. Another one can be studying, setting goals, being organized, etc. Okay, so it says, do you need help with studying, organization, or time management? All right, so Control C, copy, Control End. I could use some help studying. All right. Sometimes I will study for several hours and I will not retain the information as I would like. Okay. All right. So in terms of organization, maybe that's the only issue I run into, and I don't have any trouble with organization or time management. Okay. So we will go here. Looks like we missed a question. So we will simply press enter, and then Control V to paste that. All right. What skills are you challenged by? The biggest challenge I face happens to be computer related. Okay. I sometimes save the wrong file format, save assignments as the wrong file format, or I save the assignment in the wrong destination/folder. Okay. Do you have trouble taking tests? Control C, Control End, Control V. Do you have trouble taking tests? I am average when it comes to test taking. I usually receive a B or a C grade on my assignments. Oh. All right. So the next part we're going to work on is we are going to put together a list of goals, and then we are going to create action plans. Now, for this assignment, again, as it states at the very top, all right, we want to do at least one career or academic goal. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to do more than that. So first, what we want to do is we want to scroll up to where it says paragraph, all right, and we're going to click right here where it says numbering, all right, right on the paragraph section in the Home tab, and we are going to click numbering. So just to show us how this is going to be laid out is like this. So goal 1, enter tab in order to create that A in the outline, and we are going to say action step 1, enter, action step 2, enter, action step 3, enter, and then enter again. Right. So the first goal we are going to set is something related to academic struggle. So we are going to say, I want to be proactive as our first goal. All right, so we'll press enter, then we'll press tab. So we need to think of 3 action steps. One thing we can do in order to be proactive is I can set an alarm to remind myself to start on my assignments right when I arrive to my house. All right. Another thing we can do is I can start to chronicle, or this simply means record or write down, my goals in a journal and reflect on my accomplishments regarding this goal. All right. And then third, as far as being proactive, we can, so we'll say whenever a friend wants me to hang out on the weekends, I will explain that I have to complete my homework, or at least begin, before I can engage in any leisurely activity. For the next goal, what we're going to discuss is something a little bit different. Okay, we're going to discuss test taking. So I struggle on tests. So we have to come up with 3 different action plans. So what we would do is we would go to Google and we would look up how to study for tests. All right. And these are 5 different things. You can plan your study time. You could study based on the type of test you're taking, start a study group, or resist the urge. Okay. And we could simply scroll through and we can find many different strategies. All right. But for this, we can say I will teach the material I am learning. All right. And the reason why we want to do that, the reason why we can put that is sometimes the best way to learn something is to simply teach it. So you could take the material and you could teach it to your friend. All right. So what do we do? So I'll press enter and then tab again. I will start a study group and we will practice teaching and learning from each other. All right. And then we'll press enter twice. Okay. To drop us back down on here. And then we have to come up with another action step. All right. I will create flashcards using the material I am going to be tested on. Enter. And then there are many other strategies, so let's just see what we have here. We'll just click on the Princeton Review. We'll see what they have to offer us. All right. So you have practice for the inevitable. Think like your teacher, just like we were talking about a little bit earlier. We would go through all of the course material. We have get informed, study every day, cut out the distractions. Okay, so these are all various things. Obviously, coming to school is a huge thing. Reviewing on the day of the test, not neglecting the easy stuff. There's a ton of different things that we have here. Cutting out distractions. So what we'll put here is, I will not listen to music while studying, or I will listen to classical music. So this would be symphony type music, orchestra. All right. Another thing we can do is, I will not procrastinate studying for the exam. Okay, and this obviously relates to being proactive, but a lot of times what we want to do is want to perform an introspection, or we just want to look within and say, what am I doing wrong? Okay, what can I do a little bit better? And if you look in hindsight and you realize that you have been waiting until Sunday night to study for an exam that we know we're going to have on Monday, or Thursday night to study for an exam we know we're going to have on Friday, maybe we should start studying uh, more frequently. Okay, so I will study more frequently instead of waiting until the last minute. All right. So then finally, we're going to press enter twice. Again, let me show you this one more time, just in case we're not getting this. I'm pressing enter once. It's creating an F, and enter again, and that is going to create the number 4. All right. So one other thing is, the biggest challenge I face happens to be computer related. I sometimes save assignments as the wrong file format, or I save the assignment in the wrong destination folder. Okay, so we'll come here and we will say, I save in the wrong folder. All right. So in order to fix this, I will make sure I save the assignment before I start to work on it. I will ask the teacher where they want us to save the file. Enter. I will practice saving assignments. I will write down the steps for saving assignments. All right, and there we go. That's all. And the only other thing we need to worry about here is, one thing we could do is we could delete all of this since we already saved it the way we were supposed to save it. Okay, we're going to delete it. Press Control S to save it real quick. And then another thing we can do is we can observe how the fonts are different, whether it's a different style or if it's a different size. We'll press Control plus the A button to highlight everything, and we will use Calibri, size 12, and we want to make sure everything is the same color. And there we go. Okay, and it now looks a lot more uniform. Okay, so we'll press Control S one more time, and that is all.